There is something about money. It's loyal. When you save money, money will save you. It may not be able to buy you happiness if your problems are too big, but it will sure numb your pain. And if it doesn't, then I don't know. Hello guys, welcome back to a meeting about the one and only thing we all love, money. In today's video, I want to share with you how you can save money so that it can save you when it's necessary. But before we get into this video, please don't forget to hit the like button right away so that I won't have to annoy you during the video. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell notification for future videos. And don't worry, I won't spam you. I only post twice a week. Managing finances is a struggle for most people, mainly because school doesn't teach us how to. And no matter how much you earn, if you don't know how to manage your money, you'll always be in debt or living from paycheck to paycheck. Most people think saving depends on the income, that if you earn less, it's okay not to save. But what they don't realize is it's not about how much you save, but the habits. Your goal should be to get to the habit of putting money away for future. And you also need to understand that saving, investing, and budgeting are three different things, but they cannot be separated. There is no way you can be able to save money for a long term if you can't budget. And if you can't save, then you can't invest. Hence, the three can't be separated. Tip number one, budgeting. Budgeting has everything to do with saving. I know some people don't like budgeting because they feel like they can't follow it. It's impossible to follow the budget to the T. Some months you will fall off, but the budget helps you to be in control. Money is very tempting. Once you see it, you want to spend it, but the budget serves as a mini guild that's going to remind you not to spend unnecessarily. So one way to save money is to start budgeting, because it's not the big purchases that are killing you, but the small purchases such as airtime, nights out that were not budgeted. Start writing down your fixed expenses as well as your variable expenses. Everyone knows this already, but guess what? Most people tend to budget for their fixed expenses only. You never miss a car insurance, you never miss your bond or your mortgage, but the mistake you're doing is you do not budget for the variable expenses. You need to include your variable expenses to your budget as well. If you can budget for your mortgage payment or your car payment, why can't you budget for going out? Why can't you say no if your friends are going out and it was not on your budget? When you can't say no to things you didn't budget for, you will have nothing left to save. Guys, we're gonna have to stop to be the generation that live by tomorrow will take care of itself. You have to be responsible for your finances. You have to be responsible for your money. Number two, use visual trackers to track your savings. You may already have started saving, but you're struggling to keep up. You need to start using visual trackers to track your savings. That way you can be motivated to save. You can print visual trackers from Google, or you can draw your own and put different amounts. Whenever you reach a certain amount, you tick that amount. You can see how far you are with your savings, and it's gonna motivate you to reach your maximum. Put this visual tracker on your vision board or behind your door. There is nothing satisfying than seeing yourself make progress. When you're trying to get into the habit of saving money, there are two things that you need to look at: your net income and your expenses. Your goal should be to increase your net income every single month. And I know you're probably thinking, but how can I increase my income? It's not like it's up to me. Yes, that's true. You can't raise your net income directly, but you can increase your net income by decreasing your expenses. If, for example, you're earning $500 or $500 per month and your expenses are $350, that means after your expenses, you're left with $150. But if you fight to decrease your expenses the following month, maybe by $50, you'll be left with $200 instead of $150. Number three, save money by buying at the end of the season. If you make it a habit to try and buy things at the end of the season, you will save so much money because everything will be on sale. Of course, some pieces you may want to buy them instantly, but for expensive things, try to wait until the end of the season. When you start focusing on what looks good on you, then what's in or what's trending, you will save so much money. Fashion is forever changing. If you're going to be chasing trends, then you're going to be in trouble. Overconsumption of fashion is not necessary. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wearing what's in or what's trending if you had budgeted for it. Number four, don't spend money you can't pay back. This is for credit cards. If you have a credit card because you're trying to boost your credit score, never spend the money that you can't pay back at the end of the month unless it's an emergency that you can't ignore. You need to understand that credit card is not your debit card. Just because you have access to the money doesn't mean that the money belongs to you or you should use the money. It's credit. It's not your money. So why would you want to use money that you can't pay back at the end of the month if it's not even an emergency? You're gonna take your entire salary, pay the credit card, be in debt, and have nothing to save. Also, it's important to know that you don't only have to save when you want to buy something. Yes, it's nice to save towards something because it motivates you, but you also need to save for future emergencies. Saving is a must. It teaches you control. There are so many things that we can't control in this world, and saving or managing your finances is not one of them. Number five, expense tracking. The thing about tracking your expenses, it induces guilt. I once put up a poll on Instagram asking people how many times they check their bank app, and to my surprise, a lot of people replied they never check their bank app or they check only once a month. Checking your bank app is one of the ways to track down your expenses, especially if you use your card to buy stuff. A couple of weeks ago, I was checking my bank app and I realized that Apple had charged me $25, around 415 rand, for something that I didn't know. I went up to their customer service website and guess what? I was refunded my $25. And I know $25 or 415 rand is nothing, but if you think about it, that's $300 per year. These small transactions add up, and when you check your app regularly, you tend to recognize all these unauthorized transactions or mistakes. But that's not only the point. When you check your app every day or every other day, you then see how you spend your money. I don't know about you, but it doesn't make me happy when I see my last 10 transactions money going out. When I see that, it reminds me of how irresponsible I've been with my money, and I start to change. You may be saying, but I don't use card that much, I use cash. If that's you, then you need to keep your receipts. At the end of the week, add up your receipts and see how much you spent that week. You'll realize that some purchases were not necessary, and when you realize, that's when you want to do better. The problem with not tracking your expenses or how you spend your money, you will not be aware how badly you are doing, and if you don't know how badly you are doing, then you cannot be better. Number 6, automate your savings to fixed accounts. As simple as it may sound, you need to start automating your savings to your fixed accounts. The same way you automate your bills, you must also automate your savings. If you're gonna think you're gonna spend and then save after, then you will never save. Usually the struggle with saving is the ability to resist temptation. When you have money saved up and you run out, you just wanna use that money. So it's important to put your money in fixed accounts with huge penalties. That way you will not withdraw whenever you want. And if you do decide to continue with withdrawing your money, even when you know that should you withdraw before the time, you will lose more money, then you have a discipline problem. Don't be caught between you only live once and saving money. Yes, it's true, you only live once, but do you really want to live your life always stressed about money? Because whether you like it or not, we all need money to survive from day to day. Secondly, understand that saving 100% or 90% of your income is not maintainable. You can be able to do it for a short while, but you cannot maintain saving your entire salary. The dangerous thing with saving your entire salary is it takes just one day to blow everything. And that's because if you have been depriving yourself for a long time, once you find an excuse to spend, you just want to spend everything. So do not save your entire salary or most of your salary, because it's not practical. Saving 10 to 20% of your income every single month is better than saving 100% for a few months and then fall off. It's not about how much you save, but it's about the habit of saving. Thirdly, know that saving challenges or saving plans can work for a short while. If you are saving for something tangible like a car or a phone, you can get away with doing saving challenges, maybe saving this much per week, this much per month, and all that. The problem with saving challenges or saving plans is once you get that item, that car or that phone, you will stop saving because you'll feel like a weight has been taken off your shoulders, and saving shouldn't feel like a task or a burden. Lastly, many of us come from families where discussions about money are uncommon, especially in black families. You don't get to ask your parents how much they earn or their expenses. When you ask for something or money, parents will most likely say they don't have money, even if they just got paid. And sometimes it's true, they really don't have money because of their expenses and everything. The problem with that answer is it just shuts you down, and you never understand why your parents don't have money because there is no explanation. And when there is no explanation, then you can't understand. Which is why we need to make it a norm to conversate more about money. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below and let us know how much percentage of your income do you save per month.